This morning, a truth was spoken not from a pulpit, but from the scarred heart of lived experience. It is a warning and a testament for anyone caught in a cycle they don't understand. This is what was shared. What happened in my life with my children was not a simple family dispute. It was a silent, generational war fought on the battlefield of the mind. On one side, you have the builder, the parent, often the mother, studying life, love, and how to fix things. Their job is to nurture, to deliver, to learn so they can teach. They operate from a script of building up. On the other side, you have the destroyer, influenced by forces, people, patterns, toxic ideologies, that study, from a frighteningly young age, how to dismantle, confuse, and dominate. As was revealed, Napoleon started at the age of 8, reading books on how to destroy a female's mind. Their job is not to fix a life, but to control it by tearing it down. The children are caught in this crossfire. Without being taught to guard their own minds, bodies, and spirits, they become fertile ground for any seed, good or evil, to be planted. The wrong seed, nurtured by a skilled destroyer, grows into a twisted vine that can strangle the natural bonds of family. You see it in daughters turning against mothers, in alliances formed with the very force breaking the home apart. It is the biblical pattern come to life. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. How does this happen? Through unprotected minds. Children are not given the spiritual and emotional immune system to recognize manipulation or poisonous ideas. They aren't taught, this thought is not yours. This feeling is being planted to control you. Through voicing the destruction. The destroyer's power grows when their narrative is given a voice. When their lies, their blame, their twisted reality are spoken aloud and accepted by others, they gain substance. They become real in the family story. Through unhealed generations, a grandparent, wanting to make up for failing their own child, pours love into a grandchild. This inadvertently proves to the wounded child that the grandparent could be loving, just not to them. It deepens the betrayal instead of healing it. Why does it hurt so much? Because the builder is fighting with tools of love, seeking connection, while the destroyer is fighting with tools of psychological warfare, seeking domination. It is an unfair fight. The builder often fights alone, while the destroyer recruits allies. The builder seeks to mend, while the destroyer seeks to sever. The solution: how to starve the spirit of destruction and build anew. The answer is not to fight harder on the destroyer's battlefield. It is to change the war entirely. 1. Arm your children and yourself at the mind's gate. Teach discernment. Early, show them how to ask, is this thought building me up or tearing me down? Does this feel like love or control? Make the unseen seen. Name the tactics. Call out manipulation, guilt projecting, and love withholding for what they are. Refuse to let them be disguised as normal family conflict. 2. Starve the narrative. Stop giving it a voice. This is the hard wisdom. You cannot reason with a planted seed. Arguing, pleading, or defending yourself against a false narrative only waters it. The person speaking it is feeding on your reaction. Do what my mother did, but understand it. She said, don't talk about the past. In her way, she was starving the drama. The key is to do this not in silence and shame, but in intentional peace. You stop discussing the lies. You withdraw the audience. Without your energy, the planted story begins to starve. 3. Return to the original instructions. The answer to life is God. He did give us instructions. For the builder, this is your foundation. Your study must shift from how to fix them to how to fortify me. Read your Bible not as a habit, but as a manual for spiritual warfare. You will see your life in its pages. You will identify the spirits at work. It gives you the language for what you're experiencing and the armor to withstand it. Ephesians 6:10-18. 4. Accept your sacred role and release the rest. You may have been a tool or a carry. This is not a small thing. A tool has a purpose. A vessel carries something precious to a new place. Your fighting, your loving, your enduring was the delivery system that got your children to a shore where they could learn their own toughness. Your final act of love may be the sacrificial return, letting go of a grandson to honor his mother's boundary, thereby modeling the respect you always wanted. Your life is now the lesson. Live experience, then teach. Your purpose now is to build with the materials of your truth. Use your voice to warn the next builder. Teach young mothers to guard their children's minds. Teach the wounded how to discern the destroyer's seeds. The final truth: they don't age because they never got to be children. You aged because you carried the weight. Now lay that weight down. Your assignment is changing. From carrier to teacher, from combatant to witness, from a heart broken by the world to a spirit fortified by God, ready to show others how to break the chain.